And welcome back to the Holiday Inn Express pregame show. Dave Garston here. I'll be joined by Mike Basile in just a couple of moments. Players are entering the ice surface, just about to begin hockey. This pre-holiday hockey showdown between the Delaware Thunder and the Binghamton Black Bears. Binghamton coming in at 7-7. And the Delaware Thunder still in search of that first victory at 0-10-1 after going down last weekend in a pair of games to Danbury. Starting goaltender tonight for Delaware will be Mike Constantino. And for the Black Bears, it'll be Joe Shepard. We'll have the rest of the starting lineups for you when we get back, along with the national anthem. More to come from the Thunderdome. And back with your starting lineups for tonight's action between the Thunder and the Black Bears. For the visiting Black Bears, it'll be Joe Shepard in goal. And the forwards, Sam Holesi, Tyler Jurek, Thomas Aldworth, who's a newer player for them. And on defense, it'll be Igor Nosov and Kyle Powell, the veteran. For the Thunder, as mentioned, Mike Constantino in net. Mike Swiderski will get the start at the forward position, along with Yanni Larakis and Brandon Lucchese, coming off a hat trick last weekend in Danbury. On defense, it'll be John Moritz and Tim Payne. Again, that's Constantino, Swiderski, Larakos, Lucchese, Moritz, and Payne for the Thunder. We'll take a quick break. We'll have the national anthem and the introduction of the players right after this. Thanks for watching the Holiday Inn Express pregame show here on DelawareThunder.com. Have your starting lineups here for the Delaware Thunder as they take on the Binghamton Black Bears. The Black Bears coming in struggling on a 3-game losing streak. And technically the Thunder have lost 5 in a row, including a shootout loss to this Binghamton team as we get set for the national anthem. Good crowd on hand here at the Thunderdome. Dave Garza, Mike Basile with the action here tonight as we pause and prepare for the national anthem. And awaiting the national anthem here. Slight delay. And there you have it, Layla Brand with the national anthem this evening. Dave Garza, Mike Basile, all the action here exclusively on DelawareThunder.com. Mike, these jerseys looking bright and sunshiny, to say the least. The Star Wars themed jerseys, some changes in numbers tonight, but we will keep everybody posted as we move through the game. Already had our starting lineups. We're all ready to go here, Mike, prepared and set to bring all you Thunder fans tonight's action.
Well, that guy in that crease right there, Joe Shepard, he's given Thunder fans nightmares these past couple of weeks. They're hoping to right the wrongs of these recent games against Binghamton. And you know what? I think they learned a couple things about this guy. I'd shoot low, go for rebounds. He's very quick. He's able to see it if he finds it, if he sees it. And you got to take away this guy's eyes.
Yep. Shepard comes in with a record of 5-4. And a 9-11 save percentage, 4.04 goals against. Mike Constantino at 0-4-1, a 5.68 goals against average, 876 save percentage. We are set for hockey as Aldworth takes the draw against Lucchese, and we are underway here from the Thunderdome. Tim Payne dropping back, and he got it there momentarily to his D partner, and up comes Larakos. Larakos moving towards the slot, backhander, and a tough one might have hit the skate of Shepard and squirts to the corner and back out up to the neutral zone area. Oh, taking off the puck is Moritz as he was upended by Holesi, and now Larakos picks it up in the offensive zone. Muscled off the puck by Aldworth, and Aldworth moves out for the Binghamton Black Bears, wrapping around behind the net. That's Brett Parker who tried to dump it in. And now it'll come out to center ice where Nosov picks it up and gets it over to the veteran Kyle Powell.
Well, the Thunder haven't seen number 22 Tyler Juritz yet, and neither have we in the press box here. He's a scorer. He was with the Watertown Wolves last season where he put up 40 before the COVID year. My apologies.
Shot from the side of the net by Parker, comes back out to the point, and it's laid on net there by Fitzgerald. And now steered out to Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan back to number 6 tonight with the Star Wars jersey. Moving in with some speed. He dipsy-doos his way around. Tries to go in on the backhand and loses it. And now we'll circle. Out at the top of the circle, top right point. And now he's going to lose it. And here's the man, Ivechkin. But it is picked up by McNally. Back to number 20 tonight. Wearing number 5 there on and off as he dumped it in. Just underway. 18:30 to go first period. Dave Garson, Mike Basile. Glad you could join us here on DelawareThunder.com. No score from the Thunderdome. Lucchese fires that in. He's got the hot hand, as we mentioned, getting all big three goals in the last game against Danbury. Chasing back after it is Flago. He's under pressure and a lot of duress as Gavin Abbott gets a shift. That puck's thrown out in front by Kyle Stevens and then finally gobbled up as Gino D'Angelo shifted it towards the net.
Well, I know the whistle blew, but the puck ended up in the net, and it was an extra jam shot that Mike Constantino was not too happy about, and that's what Coach Pence talks about. That's when I want to see a bump there. I want to see a bit of contact.
And they'll take the draw here. D'Angelo. And he wins it to the side to Kyle Stevens, back to the point to Darling, who wraps it around as they look to set up the cycle, but they won't even get an opportunity as Larakos backhands it up to Moritz, and now it's deflected into the zone by Lucchesi. And Darling now in the corner, mixing it up with Lucchesi. Trying to provide support is the newcomer Swiderski. Back to the point, winding and firing Tim Payne along the ice, and that was a good opportunity and a good save by Shepard. Back the other way, Kyle Stevens stops behind the net, waits patiently, tried to throw it out in front, but it's intercepted, and now Larakos back out the other way. He will clear it down. This is going to go for an icing. And we're noticing some late additions, Mike, to the lineup here for Binghamton. Number 2 is not on the roster. We know that Brett Parker is in there at number 18, but 2 is not listed. And it's not Shea Rabinowitz because he's now with the Thunder. And Rabinowitz was number 2 last time.
Exactly right.
They played Binghamton.
Makes you think, that's one they bring the extra jersey kind of thing, right? And
I could have just said it was Mike Basile out there calling the game and playing forward at the same time. Aldsworth, one of the newcomers there, number 9 off the draw. He won it momentarily, but then it was shifted out to the point. Wearing 21 tonight for the Thunder is Swiderski. This pass came right out in front to Aldsworth, and he gets it back. Rister off the side of the net, might have hit the post to the glove side of Casatino, and it's now picked up by Tim Payne. He flicked it forward off the skate of Kyle Powell and right back in. As they get set here in the offensive zone, that was Jurek. Carrying it to the corner, and stopping is Lucchesi, backtracking to Timothy Payne as both teams complete some line changes here. Payne will set it up for Joey Brennan behind the net. The Thunder wearing those stylish Star Wars jersey. Also a big canned food drive going on here tonight at the Thunderdome. And there's the other newcomer, or not so much, at least for this season, Alex Basie out there, number 27. That was fed out in front. Josh Newberg grabbing his face. He is an offensive presence for this team. From the point, the shot by Oganezov, and it's deflected to the corner. Oganezov will go back to chase this one, but it will be an icing just about 4 minutes in to this period. And a little bit of a feeling out process for two teams that really know each other pretty well, so you wouldn't expect that.
Right, I mean, both teams have been solid in the defensive zone, and it's kind of been, like you said, a bit of a feeling out process, both teams in and out. We've seen both teams kind of show a flair on offense. Newberg had a great look in the slot there, just couldn't get anything towards the cage.
Newberg off the draw, got it right to Parker, who spun and flung it on net, but Constantino was ready, and back out to the center ice zone. Noah Wild chipping it in, and Shepard will just steer it to the side to his defenseman, and we'll come back up the ice. A little bit of back and forth here early on between the Black Bears and the Thunder. No score. 15:56 to go here in the first period. Behind the net now, Basie. That was Lucchesi getting it up. And Artem Alekin lost it. He's back to number 17 as he's had some jersey number changes. Behind the net is Oganezov. He can be quite dangerous from the defensive point area. Shows some offensive ability. Now in the corner is Dan Cangelosi, wearing 10 tonight. We'll keep you up to date on all of those jersey changes. Oganezov steering it over now, and moving up with it is Fitzgerald. Colin Fitzgerald, drop pass and a shot on net by D'Angelo. Constantino will pounce on it, and we will get a stoppage just shy of immediate timeout. Face off to the left of Mike Constantino.
There's Constantino getting into it with D'Angelo, and that's what Constantino brings to the table here. That's what they missed with him up in Roanoke. And now back here, this guy's going to help this team quite a bit. Now Delaware, like we said, rolling some lines through here, and we see a lot of that number 11, Liam Little, as well.
Yeah, and he's really been a mucker and grinder, as I call him. Also gotten into the offensive side of the game with a goal last weekend. Adamo Asalin out there wearing number 22. Dan Cangelosi on the draw. Artem Alikin also out there. Newberg. Kyle Stevens taking the draw here for Binghamton. Stevens behind with Gavin Abbott. Puck rolls up to the side. Alikin will get it out to the neutral zone. And it pounced right back in. And McNally reverses course. Back out the other way. And Dan Cangelosi moving out. Pushed himself off of Gavin Abbott. Now he turns the corner. Gets it up off the shoulder of Shepard. And oh, what do you know? That left mooring comes off. Near Shepard off the shoulder, that one. And we'll have ourselves our first media timeout. No score here for the Thunderdome between the Thunder and the Black Bears. Back with more right after this. And so we're back after the media timeout. Face off to the left of Joe Shepard. The lanky goaltender wearing number 31 off the draw, Aldworth. Getting it back to Anthony Merrigan wearing number 2. Thanks to Mike for picking that up during the break. Aldworth moving in. And he drops it off to Holesi. Holesi, who's got 2 goals the last time these two teams met. And he really makes his presence known as he gets it back to the point to Merrigan, who flicks it up towards the facial area of Moritz. Moritz playing it up, and here come the Thunder. Larakos is going to have to come back to that puck as it was a short pass from Swiderski. And now Moritz will fling it to center. Darling will wrap it right back around. So a lot of neutral zone play here, Mike, and a lot of back and forth.
Well, we haven't seen much Thunder ozone time yet, and this is the line that's going to create it. Let's see if we can get moving here. The legs got to get moving a bit through the neutral zone here, as once again, that's another turnover by Delaware.
Kyle Powell to Nosov, and this one's chipped into the corner, and moving after it is Jurek. One thing to note, Mike, is we also haven't seen a lot of Ivechkin so far in this game, maybe just 1.5 shifts, which is surprising. Maybe he's a little sore. Powell tries to feed it in front to Holesi. Oh, it's left in front to Jurek in the pads of Casatino, and he pulls it into the body and gets the stoppage.
Kyle Powell was wide open left side of the crease, as we'll watch it again here on the screen in front of us. But that's a miss by Jurek, and I know he's a goal scorer. When you have the puck there, you want him to probably fire it home. But oh my, was he wide open in the crease. And
speaking of the Devils, Newberg and Ivechkin are out there now, along with Brett Parker. Fitzgerald at the point. A nice chip out to center by Morgan, but it's going to come right back in to the defensive zone for the Thunder. That's Basie, sporting the bushy beard. Gonna wrap it around to this left wing side. Joey Brennan now getting it to Morgan. Morgan on the backhand. And back out the other way is Noah Wild, who flings it in to Shepard. Fitzgerald cleared it, some physicality in that far side. And now McNally steers it back into the zone. Newberg will retreat. Try to get it to Ivechkin, but it's kept in the zone momentarily here by the Thunder. Back behind is Ivechkin. He leads the league in goals with 20 and the league in points with 28. And he has been a thorn in the side of this Thunder team throughout the season as that puck deflects and fans go scurrying for it along the right side of the rink. Here we will have a face-off at center ice.
Yeah, Delaware a little bit better there, kind of moving through the neutral zone, kind of showing the legs a bit. Now they get things going.
D'Angelo will take the draw against Dan Cangelosi. 12:40 remaining. First period, no score from the Thunderdome on Star Wars night. If you're just tuning in and you're seeing these different uniforms for the Thunder. That's why. Thrown out in front and a shot right on by Abbott, who does not get a ton of playing time, and a great stick save by Constantino. And throwing one towards the net again is D'Angelo, and picking it up is Flego behind the net.
Constantino's best save of the night. Sorry, Dave. Had to give the goalie some credit there as he pushed off. Got a stick on it.
Absolutely. Now Stevens, the Thunder putting on pressure, and there's the best save of the night. Sticking out the right pad, and a brilliant one by Constantino. Back out the other way. Here comes Cangelosi. He lets one loose, but it goes wide of the blocker's side, and back out come the Binghamton Black Bears, and that's Abbott. So Abbott, who we didn't see a ton of the last time these teams played, is getting some regular shifts here and making his presence felt along with D'Angelo on that line. Here's Larakos. Larakos moving in. He had 3 assists last game. Picks up his own rebound. Gets it to the point to Timothy Payne, who just drops it behind the net. Nosov there, wearing the number 88 Lindros jersey, and that one is sticked up into the netting by Shepard, and we'll have a face-off to his right.
No traffic in front of Shepard there, but you said it, Dave. Back at the other end, that save by Mike Constantino was huge as he gets the pad out, goes left to right, and just kicks it out like a pinball flipper.
Yes. Pinball machine flapper, we'll call it. And off the draw here, it'll be Aldworth, number 9, as this is a newer line since the last time the Thunder faced the Black Bears, with Jurek also out there, and Holesi, who has caused a lot of problems for the Thunder this year as well. Nosov getting up to Holesi. Joey Brennan flinged it in, and they're going to say that was going to be onside. Nevertheless, Kyle Powell gets to it to Nosov, and up and out. Nice breakout by the Thunder, or pardon me, by the Black Bears as they dump it into the corner there. That was Jurek. And retrieved now by Lucchese, who's got the scoring touch. Love to see him pot one here in this first period. 11 minutes remaining, no score. That was a lead pass and an opportunity for Swiderski. It goes behind the net. Lucchese applying the pressure. The assistant captain coming back to the point here. Basie dumped it in, and back behind is Larakos. Larakos trying to dump it out in front. Comes to Liam Little. He gets one along the ice. Mike saying that was critical in the pregame. Keep it along the ice, and he struggled with it there, Shepard, but just fought it off enough. Liam Little now along the midpoint, or pardon me, the mid-circle, and he gets it back to Kyle Powell as the Thunder complete a line change. And Binghamton was going to attempt it, but Holesi couldn't get it deep. And this is an opportunity. It's going to be picked off by Aldworth. Aldworth trying to dangle in, and a late shot on net, and a great save off the stick of Jurich for Constantino as he had to focus on that. And that line was out there for a long time for the Black Bears as they'll complete it now. 14 seconds shy of the 10-minute mark here in the first period.
Mike Constantino makes another good save. And, Dave, we talked about it. It was a little choppy at first, a little slow, but now we're starting to heat up here. Both teams with a couple of good chances, and I agree with you. That shot from the point, I like it, but, again, not enough traffic in front.
Even if you're a goalie that struggles with the lower portion of the net, if there's no traffic, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing. Fitzgerald at the point, keeps it in, he gloved it down. Comes out in front to Newberg, and he fires it high and wide. Back to the other point. Oganezov keeping it in. Rolled back around by Parker to Fitzgerald. They'll set up the cycle in the corner. Ivechkin positions himself well. Got it to Fitzgerald behind the net. Throws it out in front, and another beautiful pad save by Constantino from the shot by Newberg. Newberg tried to backhand one on, and now he tries a forehand opportunity. Oganezov from the point, deflected and into the glove of Constantino as Brett Parker was down there. Speaking of traffic, they had a lot of it right there.
Huge save by Mike Constantino as we head to our second media timeout. Dave, if you don't mind, we'll keep it here. I just want to discuss a couple of things that's going on tonight. If you haven't got your bids in yet, you could bid on LiveSource. About an hour left at 7:48. We cut it down at 8:45. So if you're here, guess what happens? You get a picture with your favorite player off the jersey back. And we still, if you're coming late, we're accepting canned foods up front. We're going to give it to the Delaware Food Bank in Milford.
Absolutely. Plenty of fun here and plenty of games coming up the rest of this regular season. Lots of action in January and tons of home action in February. Taking a look at that schedule, going to be quite busy. We'll take a quick timeout, back with more after this. And so we are back after that quick break. Face off to the right of Cosentino. It'll be D'Angelo against Dan Cangelosi. Cangelosi loses the draw. It goes back to Oganezov. Oganezov with the wrister from the point. And it got caught up in some bodies. That was Gavin Abbott. Thrown out in front, and they score. It's D'Angelo with the snapshot set up nicely from behind, I believe, by Gavin Abbott, and it's 1-0 Binghamton.
Nothing Cosentino could do there. I always say teams should work from behind the net. Dave, you know this as a goalie. It's tough to have your head back, flip it around, kind of try and find that puck and be able to make the stop. And with a perfect shot like that from D'Angelo, it's tough. That is his 4th goal of the season.
And usually it's the Ivechkin line we're concerned about, but the other lines tonight for Binghamton have been creating a lot of pressure, including this one with D'Angelo and Abbott along with Kyle Stevens. And as you mentioned, D'Angelo getting goal number 4. He's got 9 points on the season. Fires a lot of pucks at the net. 35 shots on goal this season. Another opportunity here for Abbott, and that one's blockered away by Cosentino. And the Thunder need to regroup and regroup fast as they are getting pinned in. Alec tried to get it out, but it's right back into the zone. D'Angelo in the corner, checked off by Basie, and now Cangelosi has it. He's muscled by Abbott, and Abbott is unable to keep it in the zone. It'll go back to Oganezov, who will flick it in, and now the Thunder will retreat and regroup as Basie had it up in the neutral zone. Cangelosi, that one sticked away by Shepard behind the net. Thrown out in front, and coming off for a line change now is Adamo Asalin, and back out come the Black Bears. That's Fitzgerald with a burst of speed all the way around behind the net. And it's chipped up by Basie. Comes right back, and Cangelosi will have to fling it up as the Thunder complete the rest of the line change. And now Swiderski. Swiderski getting it up to Moritz. Now Moritz getting it to Lucchese. Lucchese to Larakos. Oh, he tried to pull the string and fire it, but couldn't. Back at the point, the shot by Payne. Ricochets around, and it's right onto the stick of Aldworth. Aldworth moving in with some speed. Alessi had it, and this has been a little bit of sloppy play defensively here for the Thunder. They finally get the crowd. Giveaway. Alessi fires right into the crest of the goaltender Cosentino. Back to the point. There's Merrigan. Merrigan to Darling. Darling lets it loose, and a pad save. Cosentino strong on those pads, and the Thunder are just in all kinds of trouble here as they have to flick it out of the zone. And they're coming in waves, this Thunder team, this Black Bears team. And here they come again. Jurich moving into the zone, taken off by Larakos, and Larakos moving in. A 3-on-2 developing. Noah Wild, an errant pass, tried to get it to Liam Little, and back we go the other way. 7:18 on the clock, first period. 1-0 Thunder on the D'Angelo goal. Flicked in deep right there by Aldworth. Back to the point. Nosif! Oh, and having trouble on that one was Cosentino as it just went wide of his blocker. And here we go. On the seesaw, Liam Little trying to retrieve his own dump in. Nosif did a little 360 and gets it to Kyle Powell.
Need a break, Dave, for a second here as these two teams go back and forth. Here's more.
And Newberg on the stick save, but an errant rebound back to Nosif, and they regroup right out in front. Ivechkin lost it, goes to Newberg, and they score. That's going to be Newberg with yet another goal number 7 on the season for Josh Newberg.
Well, I think Cosentino was a bit surprised. It looked like it was on the stick of the leading point getter in the Federal Prospects Hockey League, but he lost it right to Newberg sitting on the doorstep, and boom, 2-0. Great shot right by Cosentino.
And if indeed Ivechkin gets an assist, that'll be point number 29, far and away the leader in the league. Newberg getting goal number 7, as I mentioned. He is up in the league leaders in points. And just when I was saying the other lines were connecting on all cylinders, well, their top line comes out and gets a goal. Not the start you were looking for here from the Thunder.
No, and it's you're right. You're exactly right. That line really got going on the last 2 shifts. Now Delaware dug themselves a bit of a hole. Let's see if they can get out of it.
And it's almost at that point where you would think as a coach of potentially calling a timeout if this gets any worse. Timothy Payne going back behind his own net, try to set up this breakout. And here comes Adamo Asselin. Asselin, as the puck was deflected in by Alekin. Alekin getting it to Cangelosi. Cangelosi tries to stop and pop, but he's taken off the puck by Kyle Powell. Up to Parker, to Nosif. Nosif wearing the clear shield, walks right in, and a nice save in the breadbasket by Costantino as we tick to the 6:07 mark, first period. And it's 2-0 Binghamton. Mike, this Binghamton team 7-7, 500. And the Thunder, on the other hand, 0-10-1. And hey, we all know that's a winless record. You got to start somewhere. Tonight would be a good night to do it, but so far, not so good.
Well, it's been the pressure in the D zone for me. Delaware's had too much trouble getting out of their D zone. And once they can start moving that puck a little better, get the legs going towards the offensive zone. We haven't seen much of this Lirakos line in the offensive zone. That's where they need to be.
Absolutely, and kind of surprising we haven't seen a ton of it. Here's D'Angelo. He has a goal already. Lets the wrister go. Struggling with Constantino. He looked behind him, and the rebound, I believe, went off his skate and pad and back out the other way. Here's Lucchese. Lucchese getting it up to Swiderski. Swiderski passing it off, and the shot from the side by Lirakos is steered away. And now another shot, this one coming from the point from Basie, but back out the other way. Gavin Abbott, Aldworth and Abbott moving up. No, it's not a law firm. Abbott will drop it off, and it goes into the corner, and that is where Lucchese will try to settle it down, but he turns it over. Oganezov from the point. Getting it to Aldworth behind that. Threw it out in front, and it's laying there. Finally picked up by Lucchese. He's going to get a line change started here, I believe, as he tries to lead his forward line mate Swiderski. Out the other way. Watch out. Here comes Kyle Stevens. Kyle Stevens moving in with a lot of energy. Timothy Payne back there. Nice defensive play by Timothy Payne. Merrigan throws it from the point wide, and Noah Wild will go and retrieve. Wild pushes it back to his D-man. And Timothy Payne goes to Moritz, and Moritz comes up and out. 4:40 to go. First period, 2-0. In favor of the Black Bears over the Delaware Thunder. Live here from the Thunderdome on DelawareThunder.com. Jurek moving out to the right wing side. Merrigan pushes it into the corner. Holesi after it. Holesi. Oh, interesting. He drops it off to his line mate Jurek, and then an errant pass to the point, and Darling will come back out the other way. He's under pressure from Noah Wild. And he'll flick it back down. This should... Nope, they're going to wave off the icing there last second. Joey Brennan under a ton of pressure. Great forecheck here tonight from the Thunder. Or pardon me, from the Black Bears. I want to say the Thunder.
I know it, me too.
Here comes Alekin. Alekin had it go off his stick, and that created an offsides. And we will have a media timeout. Score 2-0 Binghamton. Here, first period action, just under 4 minutes to go. And so we are back. Face-off just outside the offensive zone for the Thunder. Cangelosi against Newberg. 2-0 the score. Newberg with a goal. D'Angelo with a goal. And speaking of goals, here's the league leader, Ivechkin, moving in on the backhand. Threw it out in front, and going wide with it was Parker. He had an opening on that blocker side. Couldn't put it in. And the Thunder, who have struggled to get any real consistent offensive pressure, move up. Brennan attempted to throw it out into the slot. It bounces around off Newberg onto Shepard, who will freeze it. And Mike, we talked about some of the holes with Shepard. It's definitely a guy that this team could score against, but you got to get shots on the net.
Right, and it's been a struggle early. And like we said, the couple shots that did get through, a lot of no traffic. We need more traffic in front of the net. We need to get bodies take away Shepherd's eyes.
Thunder struggling there to win the draw. They do keep it in the zone. And it's flicked to the corner by Lucchese, picked up by Larakis. He tried to throw it in front of Swiderski, and having none of that was D'Angelo, who tried to move it back out. Swatting at it was Stevens, but it's going to come to Swiderski. Wearing number 21, he throws it up to Larakos, and that one went right between his legs, and Gavin Abbott had it through back to the point to Fitzgerald, and out they go. D'Angelo with a nice move. He ran into his own player, Kyle Stevens, still found a way to get to the puck, but Tim Payne had it for a second. And now to Swiderski. Swiderski trying the move. He got it up in the facial area of Stevens' stick. No call there. Thrown out in front, and Fitzgerald will intercept and bring it back the other way. Here comes Gavin Abbott. They are onside. Thrown out to D'Angelo, looking for his second goal of the game. He's muscled off the puck by Tim Payne. Puck comes to the point. Oganezov keeping it in. He turned around. He got it to Abbott. Abbott flicks it in. As we tick to 2:28 to go. First period, 2-0 the score.
Well, you said it, Dave. It's just been that last step. You lose it at the blue line, little things like that Delaware hasn't been able to get done, and Binghamton has in this first period, and that's the difference.
A lot of offensive zone time for the Black Bears this evening as Morgan tried to move in, and now Aldworth gets it up to Jurek. Jurek, that puck took a deflection in front and goes into the crowd in the left corner. It's been a quick moving first period, but mainly all Black Bears here, Mike.
Yeah, and we said it. The problem has been in the D zone this period for Delaware. They need to start moving the puck with some speed out of that D zone. Get the forwards on Binghamton moving back into the Z zone. A lot of time they've been waiting in the neutral zone, able to get a quick up, go forward with it.
Thomas Aldworth will take the draw. Liam Little wins it. Back to Brennan. Brennan over to Basie. And Basie will get it up for Liam Little. Liam Little stopped mid-circle. Adam Morgan threw it out in front, and Aldworth will pick it off and get it to Merrigan. Merrigan off to Holesi. And here comes Holesi. All the way around. Oh, he dropped it off to Merrigan before he went completely behind the net. And now Jurek threw it in front, and Aldworth had an opportunity. A stick was lifted, I believe, by Joey Brennan. And here comes Liam Little. Some extracurriculars behind the net, back out the other way. Adam Morgan with speed, flying around, that jersey flopping in the wind, goes all the way around. He's going to need some support here. He tried to throw it in front, nothing doing again. 1:15 to go. Holesi on the lead pass. Coming after it, threw it down in front. It went off the skate of Joey Brennan right to Newberg on the backhand, and that would have been a challenging one, but it went wide. A minute to go now, first period. Allican, Cangelosi to Asselin, but they can't get much there. Puck floats on the side of the net and comes back towards Tim Payne, who will come out to center ice. Asselin will drop it off to Tim Payne, and it's flung into the zone. Shepard, a little trouble with that one as he steers it with the pads, comes right out in front, and out the other way come the Black Bears as the period ticks down, half a minute to go. Brett Parker after it. Calling for it was Newberg. You got to keep a man on him. He was open. And back out the other way come the Thunder with just under 20 seconds remaining in this first period. 2-0 Binghamton. Binghamton on the road here tonight and back home tomorrow to take on Watertown. Moving in is Swiderski. Gets one along the ice. An easy save for Shepard. Oh, had a little trouble with the rebound. And that'll do it for first period action here from the Thunderdome with the score. The Binghamton Black Bears 2 and the Delaware Thunder 0. Stay with us. We'll have the Holiday Inn Express first period intermission coming your way. We'll have an update on this first period and scores from out of town and a lot of news going on in the NHL as well. Back with more here on DelawareThunder.com. And so we are back here. Holiday and Express first period intermission report. Dave Garson, Mike Basile. First period shots. Binghamton 19, Thunder 12. 2 goals for the Black Bears. Gino D'Angelo and Josh Newberg lighting the lamp in that first period, and it just did not have much rhythm for the Thunder there, Mike, in that first period.
Yeah, you said it exactly. The rhythm wasn't there. This is a team that really needed to get to a good start. Coach Peds said it in the pregame show here. The start is important for this team, and unfortunately for Delaware, not a great start. Look at this. We got a stormtrooper on the Zamboni here with Baby Yoda. Back to the hockey. I apologize. Easily distracted. But no, the hot start would have been huge. Feed the home crowd. It was a big night, Star Wars night. Like you said, a very nice crowd on hand tonight. Canned food drive. They were ready to pop for an early goal, an early fight. Let's see if they can get something to spark them in period 2.
Yeah, it was a little surprising, Mike. Early in the game, it was almost that feeling out process for teams that have seen each other plenty this year. And then all of a sudden, the Black Bears just took over. Very good forecheck. Positioning-wise, offensively, in the offensive zone, great. And it looked like the Thunder were just chasing the puck all over the place. And when they did get possession, they just had to dump it out and get a line change.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about, obviously. You spend a lot of time in the D zone. You can't come out and have a good extra 30 seconds in the O zone. It's tough. You're already tired. The legs are, feeling a bit heavy. So this is a Thunder team that in the second period, I'd like to see them on the dump and chase. Bang a body in the corner. Send the puck out to the front. A lot happened behind the Delaware net. A lot's got to happen behind the Binghamton net.
And although the Thunder had 12 shots, which might have been generous, none were very much aggressive or high-scoring opportunities. Maybe one, but other than that, a lot of easy shots, not a lot of traffic in front of the net.
Well, that's the one thing they got to do for Big Joe Shepherd. You take away a big goalie's eyes and you keep it low. He's going to be a little slower, obviously, to relax on the lower shots and the high ones because he could just see it and feel it. You shoot it low on a big goaltender, the rebound's usually going to be there. He's big, he's got size, and he's played very good hockey. They got to take away the eyes and keep it on the ice.
And last but not least, Mike, no penalties called in that first period. Shocking, especially between these two teams. Although there could have been some calls made, there were none. And we talked about it in the pregame, staying out of the box. Still, you're down 2-0. Be nice to get a power play early in the second period.
Right, like we said, something has to spark this team. Fight, a power play, a big hit, something, get the legs going. Who's in the locker room right now saying, how do we spark this thing, and who's going to do it?
And oh, would it be nice to have a 3-2 lead at the end of 2? We'll find out as we inch our way closer to the second period here on the Holiday Inn Express pregame show with the score 2-0, or pardon me, intermission report. I wish we could go back to the pregame. Oh, yes, so do I dearly. But it's the first period intermission report, 2-0 at the end of 1.
Welcome back to the first intermission report here. Delaware Thunder Pro Hockey trailing the Binghamton Black Bears 2-0 after the first period of play. And we just wanted to touch on our great night here tonight for the Delaware Thunder Pro Hockey Club. Out front, when you walk in, there's a lovely decorated bin out front. It is the canned food drive tonight. It is the Thunder canned food drive with the food going to the Delaware Food Bank in Milford. Thank you so much to them for having us bring the food to them. Obviously, they do a great thing all season long for us as well. And it's Star Wars night. It's about 8:15 right now, I would say. 8:45 is the end. So make sure you get your bids in. And if you're here tonight at the game, you might be watching, you might be, hey, I like those two guys in the booth. That might be what they're thinking. They might be watching here, and you can get your jersey signed and a picture with your favorite Delaware Thunder player. Look ahead at the upcoming schedule for the Delaware Thunder on the road, December 23rd in Danbury, and we stay on the road right after the Christmas break as we take on this Binghamton Black Bears team in their home barn. Then Wednesday, December 29th, right before New Year's, a home game against the Carolina Thunderbirds. 3 games packed into a 6-day stretch. Make sure you keep it here, Delaware Thunder Pro Hockey on the Delaware Thunder YouTube channel.
And so we are back. Dave Garson, Mike Basile, ready for second period action from the Thunderdome. As the Thunder wearing the Star Wars jerseys here on Star Wars night. Mike Cosentino to the left, Joe Shepard to the right. Aldworth ready for the draw against Lucchese. 2-0 to score, and a response is needed immediately by this Thunder team, Mike, to get this period going.
Well, yeah, and this is the line you look to right off the bat here. Liarakos, Lucchese, and Swiderski. These are the three that are going to pot the first one. I'm telling you now, Dave.
You heard it here first. Up into the corner. Thunder get some offensive zone time here. Liarakos in the corner. Support from Lucchese, but there's three Black Bears over there as well. Holesi chips it out to center, and the Thunder will go back after it. Swiderski gets it back. Lost it off his stick for just a second, and it's down beneath us here. And I hear a whistle, and indeed we have a stoppage here. Not quite sure what the call was. But just underway here, second period action.
Looked like the puck bounced into the Thunder bench there and then straight back onto the ice. Might have hit one of those inside glass there. But here we look at number 24, Tim Payne, right in front of us. This guy's been phenomenal since bringing him in. He actually came down to Binghamton, was released from Watertown, and has been a huge addition to this Thunder team.
Definitely a steady force as a defenseman. As you watch him there, great positioning in the corner against Newberg. Tries to get away from him, and he comes back out the other way. Gets it to his D partner, Moritz. Right up to Swiderski. Swiderski, cross-ice pass. He gets Liarakos. Liarakos, top of the circle, fires it wide. Oh, he lit that one up, but it went wide all the way back out to center ice. And Basie will corral it there and get it to Swiderski. This line out there for a full minute so far to start the period. 2-0. Ivechkin, who did not see as much playing time in that first period as normal, tried to get it to Parker. That one's coming right back out in front, and Fitzgerald circles back on his backhand, gets it to the corner to Parker. Parker, mid-circle, and it's going to roll out to Oganezov. Oganezov along the ice, comes to Newberg, who scored in that first period. Goal number 7 on the year. Fitzgerald pitches, and he does so, but not a fortuitous bounce for him as it comes to Timothy Payne, and he will dump it in on the goaltender Shepard. Thunder completing a line change. Noah Wild coming out there. Liarakos gets it right to Liam Little, who shoots, and it might have just gone off the blocker of Shepard into the corner. And from the point, a shot by Basie is steered to the corner, and this line doing much better here to start this second period. Noah Wild, as he waits for some support, he's got Morganar on the other side. Ivechkin with a healthy stick, deflected it to the corner, back out the other way, right wing side. Oganezov tried to find it. Flego gets it to Wild. Wild throws it down, throws it out in front. It's laying there, and a shot by Liam Little off the left pad. No penalty called there, as there was a lot of movement in front of the net. And Liam Little throws it back in front to Morgan. Comes to the point. Basie takes the fake on the line for the slap shot, rolls all the way into the corner. Got to keep an eye on Ivechkin as he is cherry picking up near the defensive left point. Back into the corner is Fitzgerald. He gets it up to Ivechkin, and out they go. Big hit right there by Dan Cangelosi. It goes to Ivechkin to D'Angelo. D'Angelo drops to Parker. Wrist shot goes wide. Back to the point. Gavin Abbott flicks it on the net. Cosentino juggles, and he says, "You're not coming in my crease to Parker." And a few words being exchanged right out there in the slot. 17-12 to go. Second period, 2-0. in favor of the Black Bears.
Well, Parker's a gritty player. He'll get to the front of the net, no questions asked, and that's what you do. You get under the skin of the opposing goaltender. Next time you get there, he's thinking about you a little too much. Puck goes right by him.
You got to like the feistiness of Cosentino. D'Angelo wins it back to Darling. Darling will throw it in. And Kyle Stevens' pass just floated around. It actually came out of the zone as Merrigan tried to keep it in. Could not do so. 3 minutes in second period action here. Turnover city by McNally, but he's able to regroup and get it back in the zone. Unfortunately, this will be an icing after that brief turnover.
You say it, the turnover at the blue line, and he got himself out of it for now, but this is a result of the icing. Now it's more danger. Offensive zone face-off. Some problems can still come of that. Aldworth, a new addition, played D1 hockey, a very skilled player. Came out for that opening faceoff and played on a good line with Jurich and Olesi.
Yeah, we were, for the most part, thinking the Black Bears only had really one solid line, the Ivechkin line, but now they have 2 or 3 that they're rolling here. And this is the man that Mike was speaking of, Aldworth, moving in. Oh, he tried to dipsy-do his way towards the front, lost the puck, comes out to Darling. Darling will fling it back in. The good part of the second period for the Thunder is they did get some offensive zone pressure there. Here's one that bounced off the boards, flicked up to Adamo Aslan. Aslan's got Alekin, and this puck will just go on the net as Alekin was crashing towards the net, couldn't get there, and Shepard puts an end to that drive.
And Adamo Aslan raises his stick, says my bad, as he was looking for Artem Alekin cutting to the net. Alekin's been good for this Thunder team. A couple goals for this team for Alekin. He's got a tip and a beautiful snipe, so he can score many different ways. A young Russian forward.
Already wearing 17 tonight. Larakos is another forward looking for his first goal as a member of the Thunder. Wins the draw, throw it out in front. Lucchese had an opportunity for the rebound, couldn't quite get there. Ivechkin gets it to Nosov. And the Russians abound here. Here comes Newberg. Josh Newberg already with a goal in the game. Coming in on the backhand to forehand. And Constantino stays strong. He was leaning a little bit to his left, but stayed in there long enough to make the save. Here's the problem. They still have the puck in the zone. Parker, mid-circle, gets it back to Powell. Lets a wrister go, deflects off some bodies into the corner. Nosov tried to go after it. Larakos on a full head of steam now. Drops it off. He's got a man, Swiderski, throwing it over to Lucchese, and it rolled to the side of the net. Thunder applying more pressure here. Here's Lucchese, tried to drop it to Swiderski, and too many close-in passes there to generate an opportunity on the net. Larakos unhappy with himself as this puck comes out to the neutral zone. Ivechkin with a great move, and now he's going right on in, and he scores. Nikita Ivechkin, brilliant right there, putting it home. Goal number 21 on the season, and point number 30, and it's 3-0 Binghamton.
Well, you said it, back the other way. One too many passes. That one's got to go in the back of the net, and here comes Trevor Babin.
So we're going to have a goaltender change. Trevor Babin, who had a weekend off last weekend, is coming into the net. And Mike Constantino will head to the bench, likely for the rest of the game. Babin, who has played quite a bit this season, comes in at 0-5, a 6.19 goals against average, and an .892 save percentage. What do you think about this move? Is this just to spark the team, Mike?
I think it's a little bit of that, and, you know, that's not a goal that's on Mike Constantino. Ivechkin came flying in down the board, flipped it to his forehand and put it in, and you said it. He hangs a little bit, Ivechkin. I know he's got 30 goals, but it's going to come to bite you eventually. You can't be hanging at the blue line when three good chances the other way.
And the reason we're able to notice that is our vantage point right around the red line really becomes noticeable as D'Angelo tried to get that one in. 3-0 here, 5 minutes into the second period. Here comes Fitzgerald, and again, pressure. Shot, and a cold goalie coming into this game as well. Very little time to even get warmed up for Babin. Babin sporting those Philadelphia Flyers style pads. Here's Morgan. Morgan circling, throwing it back to Moritz, who lets it go, and he scores! Moritz from the point with a brilliant wrister, and it's 3-1.
We were joking with J.C. Moritz. Where's the points, big guy? There's his first of the season. Gets a great feed from Morgan, and the Thunder strike right back, and Dave, that's huge. That goaltender change might have sparked that, and sometimes, it's a coincidence, I know, but sometimes that sends a message to the team, hey, let's get going, support this guy now.
And when you look at it, the goaltenders have kept this team in the games most of the season, so it's about time that the forwards respond, and in this case, the defender in Moritz gets on the board. It's 3-1. Right back in the game now, the Thunder. Here comes Darling, and trying to swing in there with Swiderski. Swiderski has it now. Top of the circle, puck bouncing around. Olesi gets it off. Aldworth coming back the other way. He's got some support. 3-on-3 now. Aldworth dropping it off to Merrigan. Lets it go, and Babin with his first save of the night, and it's a good one into the glove. And that's the way to get into the game. So we'll see if they call the media timeout here, and they will indeed. A lot of action here in the second period. 2 goals already One by the Black Bears, one by the Thunder. 3-1 our score here in the second period. And so we are back. Face off to the left of Trevor Babin, who, since he's come into the net, the Thunder have responded with a goal, and we have our first penalty of the game being called. It's going to be a trip, and I believe it's going to be against the Thunder as they seem pretty disgruntled, particularly Brandon Lucchese. And it appeared he was mouthing that was a soft call as he heads to the penalty box, I believe. We'll keep an eye. Coach Penn's pacing a little bit. And it will be against Lucchese. First power play of the game. Binghamton comes in just 14% on the power play.
I didn't see much there.
I did not either, but they called it. They thought, there haven't been any penalties yet. Might as well get it going. Jurich with a shot. And a nice save by Babin, who has come right in and looked very sharp. Babin from the Philadelphia area. He's faced 316 shots this season already. Ton of rubber. Face off to his left here. Power play just underway. And this is a critical one. A critical kill for the Thunder. Larakos on the draw with Aldworth. Moritz, the goal scorer, will get it up, but not out. But now it's into Larakos' skates, and here he comes. Larakos, one-on-one with a goaltender. Off the pipe. Right off the right pipe. Shorthanded and back the other way. You got to get back now. Holesi was getting held right there a little bit by Swiderski, but that would have been a marvelous goal to score shorthanded to cut this 1-1. Nevertheless, 1:25 left on the power play for Binghamton.
Well, at the very least, they killed 40 seconds before they could even get into the offensive zone again.
Holesi off the dish from Nosov. Nosov gets it right back. Here comes Nosov, right wing side. Drops it back to Kyle Powell, who fakes the slapper, gets it to Jurich. His stick snaps in half, and it goes back to Nosov. Over to Kyle Powell. Strong defensive core. Oh, what a nice play right there by Babin, sliding across as he was a little delayed in getting over. And the puck will come out with just 55 seconds left on the power play.
And that one should have went all the way down, but it hits the linesman.
Thunder 80% on the penalty kill. Watch him again. Ivechkin, who he took it to the midsection, and now they call the penalty. Oh, I don't know about that one. A little bit of acting by Ivechkin as he pulled the stick into his body, and the official saw the stick lingering, and then he calls it. But we'll see. Maybe they're calling it against the Black Bears.
I think they might get both of them.
I don't know. It looks like Kyle Powell is the one that is not too happy.
They're getting Ivechkin is the only one going to the box.
Oh, wow, maybe a little bit of embellishment there as he held the stick in his body, so pardon me. My aggravation must have been expressed enough to change that call.
Dave, they must have heard you from all the way up here.
Lots of people say I talk too loudly, so.
Oh, they wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah. As you lower the mic. So a little bit of 4-on-4 here for 43 seconds. Dan Cangelosi against Newberg on the draw. Face off to the left of Shepard. Back to the point, Joey Brennan. He'll dump it in right corner. Cangelosi behind, gets it over to Adam Morgan. Now to Cangelosi, wraps it around in front, but he was a little bit too in tight, and Kyle Powell will regroup. 30 seconds until we have a man advantage for the Thunder. Powell leads it to Parker. Parker, and that one right off the blocker and near the armpit of Babin into the netting. 21 seconds of 4-on-4 remain. 12:34 on the second period clock. 3-1 the score. D'Angelo and Newberg with goals in the first period. Ivechkin goal number 21 in the second, followed by J.C. Moritz making it 3-1. Back at the point, Oganeza. He'll loft one on. And that one deflected, and sticking out the left pad was Babin, and he makes another left pad save. So Babin with the Inspector Gadget leg throwing it out there. And this one comes back in. The Thunder about to go on a power play, but some fisticuffs in the corner here, maybe. Oganezov gets pushed down. I believe that's Cangelosi causing all kinds of ruckus. And we'll see what comes of this. Cangelosi is not a happy camper. Not sure what happened there.
Looks like Cangelosi's going to be the only one going. I think he took a shot up high as that puck was going out of play. I don't see Oganezov going to the box, so it looks like it's just going to negate the minute 18 that was coming to the Thunder power play. Cangelosi in the box here.
Cangelosi not a happy camper over there, and as we said, it was about to be a power play. So right now, in fact, it'll be 4 against 3 for 3 seconds, then back to 4-on-4, and then in a minute 18, it'll be 5-on-4.
A little confusing.
Yeah, maybe we should diagram that with the telestrator. Oh, yeah, we don't have one. Now, if you're looking for any last-minute gift ideas for Mike and I, a telestrator would be great. We would love to draw circles all over the ice. D'Angelo off the draw here. He wins it forward. Larakos gets it, and now we're 4 aside. Coming out of the box is Lucchese. Dumping it in is Gavin Abbott behind to D'Angelo. D'Angelo around the circle, turns it over. Larakos back up the other way. He's got support from Brendan Lucchese. Lucchese breaks out to the left side. Larakos all the way around behind the net. And he's just going to try to set some things up. Back to the point to Joey Brennan. No traffic in front and no support either. And that was not a very well-constructed play. As back out the other way come the Black Bears. That was Fitzgerald. Head-manning it to D'Angelo, who has a goal along the ice. And he got the rebound that kind of bounced around in front. Losing his stick for a second was Babin. In the end, he keeps it out of the net. 11:28 on the clock.
Well, he had to push back off right to left and make a good blocker save there. That's pretty impressive by Babin.
And Lucchese tried to get to it. Larakos now has it. 30 seconds till a power play for the Black Bears. Here's Basie. Trying to settle things down. It comes back off to Moritz. Can he score again? No, he will not, as it's right into the logo of the goaltender. And 15 seconds left on the Ivechkin penalty. And then a 40-second power play, most likely for the Black Bears.
Yeah, we talked about that's J.C. Moritz's first point, that goal that he scored in the second period. And he was thinking about number 2 there from pretty close to the same spot.
Yeah, definitely inserting himself offensively tonight. Thrown out in front, Noah Wild! Oh, he tried to go 5-hole, and not happening right there as Shepard closes the door.
Well, when Joe Shepard goes down like that, that's your chance to lift it over him. He closes that 5-hole quick. Wild was a second too late, and he makes the save. That could have cut this game to 1, and that would have been huge right before the power play for Binghamton came.
Shepard standing at 6'4", Timothy Payne, and that 6'4" leg came jolting out, and a save by Shepard. Noah Wild been a little quiet tonight. Haven't called his name a ton. And back out the other way comes Jurek to Ivechkin to Jurek. So a power play here for 30 seconds. Aldworth stops, turns, gets it over to Powell. He lost control of the puck. Nosov will keep it in. 20 seconds on this power play. A power play that is now below 14%. So probably 13. Right out in front, Aldworth. Oh, and I think Babin got a piece of it. He lost his stick. And now it comes to Powell. Powell with the wrister. Blocked. Great block by Timothy Payne. Power play over.
That will ignite the troops, Dave. Huge save by Trevor Babin with the left toe.
He still doesn't have a stick, pardon me, Mike. So that's not good. Ivechkin moving right in. Powell threw it out in front. As we're even strength hockey right now. And back out the other way. Alekin was wide open. And blocking that pass through to him was Fitzgerald. Under 10 minutes left, second period. The lead offsides, and back comes Kyle Powell at the red line. Dishes off to Ivechkin, who already has goal number 21. Backhander goes wide. Basie hits it off the backboards to himself, and now he'll wait around behind the net. He's chased down by Newberg, so he'll have to come out, and another turnover. Way too many neutral zone turnovers this game for the Thunder as they try to get settled in their defensive zone. Moritz, who has the goal for the Thunder, dumps it in. They'll go chasing. And coming in after it was Swiderski. Swiderski wrapping it around to Larakos, who threw it out wildly in front. Joey Brennan tried to pinch. Might have not been a great idea. The Black Bears have numbers. Here's Parker. Rister goes up over the glove of Babin and out to center ice. And we'll have an offsides and immediate timeout, I believe, with the score. Thunder trailing by 2, 3-1, second period action. And so we are back here. Face-off just outside the defensive zone for the Thunder. They trail 3-1. 9 minutes exactly to go in the second period. Puck dumped into the right corner. J.C. Moritz with his first goal, first point of the season in this period. Cutting into this Black Bears lead. Basie with the puck now. New this year to the team, but not new overall, as that puck sails away off the stick of Morgan, who's also been a little quiet this evening as well. Couple of guys.
But with Morgan, all it takes is one shift to get him going. He's got a ton of speed. If he could just get a step on the defense, he's got a chance to pot one.
And Mike, you feel like if the Thunder can cut this to at least one going into the third period, you can have a competitive third period, maybe push it to overtime as they did last time.
I think you're right, Dave. All they need to do here, keep the pressure on. The momentum's been swinging in their direction lately. Let's see if they can get the next one.
Larakos loses the draw. Merrigan gets it to Darling. Back to Merrigan. Merrigan, late add to the lineup, wearing number 2. One of the few players without a nameplate. Here's Aldworth. Ooh, all kinds of dazzling moves. Led to nothing. Swiderski back the other way. He's got Lucchese with him. He dashes into the middle, drops it off to Larakos, and it's going to be chipped into the corner. After it is Lucchese, back to the point, in the skates of Timothy Payne. He keeps it in. Oh, it was 2 against 1 there. Penalty coming up. It's going to be a power play for the Thunder, and we'll await the call. Interference against Darling, and a full man advantage, hopefully, here for Delaware the first time this evening.
Well, we're definitely getting our penalties this period, saying it's interference. And I don't understand, why do the players talk to the linesmen? They didn't make the call. They didn't make the call.
They're just voicing whoever is closest.
That's fair.
Voicing their opinion.
That's fair.
If they could talk to us, they would too, I think.
Probably not us.
Probably not you.
Yeah. Hey, at least I said us. Come on.
Face off to the left here of Shepard. Big opportunity here on the power play. Short-handed Ivechkin. Watch him. He's got speed. He's moving right on in. Oh, nice play. Joey Brennan getting the stick in there last second. 1:45 on this power play. Lucchese out there with Alekin and Larakos. Lucchese back to Larakos. Larakos to Brennan. Brennan top left point. And now back out to Larakos. Winds, fires, deflected, and another save by Shepard. He got a piece of it off the side from Lucchese. Trying to keep it in is Brennan. Ivechkin was dangling, and away he goes. Looking for goal number 2 on the night, and he gets it. Ivechkin, goal number 2 on the night. Deuces are wild. That's goal number 22 on the season, and it's a shorty, 4-1, Binghamton.
Well, Joe Brennan made a good play in the defensive zone to poke it away from Ivechkin, and then there the problem was at the line. He lost it, couldn't get back, didn't have the jets going. And now it's 4-1, Binghamton Black Bears.
And, Mike, they did not give Ivechkin an assist in the first period, so officially that's point number 30. And goals number 29, or pardon me, goals number 21 and 22, points 29 and 30. So 4-1 now, and that is a dagger right there as the Thunder had a power play chance to cut it to 1, and now they're down by 3. Adamo Aslan out there now, dropping it to Morgan, who tried to pitchfork it in front. He keeps the puck. He's got Liam Little circling with him. Still on the power play, by the way. A minute to go on it. Thrown in front. Liam Little couldn't get to it, and it's cleared out of the zone. Stay tuned for the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission. If I can get that out of my mouth, I might need to stay at a Holiday Inn Express tonight. Back to Kyle Powell. And Powell will clear it down. So Babin, who looked sharp since coming in here about midway through this period, gives up his first goal of the evening after replacing Mike Constantino. Here comes Aslan. Aslan laid it towards the net. Comes back out to the point. Oh, that might have come out. They say no. Basie keeping it in, apparently. 20 seconds left on the power play. Alekin throws it in front. Oh, and a great save off the shot from Morgan by Shepard. Marvelous opportunity. Basie firing from the point. Another save for Shepard. Not a ton of traffic there. Brennan keeping it in. Dishes it off to Morgan. It's laying there. Alekin has it. Back to Morgan. Morgan turns, gets it on. Oh, what a great blocker save on the rebound off of Alekin. Oh, Shepard coming up with some beauties there. And out the other way, Gavin Abbott. The power play is over. We are even strength, under 6 minutes to play, second period. 4-1, Binghamton. And some golden opportunities there, Mike. And now Kyle Powell off the blocker. Good save by Babin. It's Kyle Stevens. Rolls it around to D'Angelo, scored a first period goal. D'Angelo goes the other way. Try to toss it in front. He'll hang on to it. Get it to Gavin Abbott. 5:28 now. First period over. Now we're in the second period. And that one thrown out in front. And it'll be picked up by Alekin. Alekin out the other way. He's got Larakos joining him. Alekin will fire it on the net. Shepard bobbled it a bit. Now he tosses it off to Kyle Powell. Thunder will complete a change as we tick towards 5 minutes left in the second stanza. That lead pass to Stevens eluded him. Goes into the corner. Moritz will wrap it around. Larakos didn't move up with the puck. Kind of just stood there like a statue. And Moritz behind the net now.
Well, right now you got 3 Thunder players on the far side of the ice standing like a statue, and you can't break out like that.
And now here comes D'Angelo, moving in with speed, threw it out in front, and Jurich unable to collect it, and out the other way. Here comes Lucchese. Lucchese was unhappy with that penalty earlier. This puck bounces out. Basie is there, right point. Basie dumps it in, and that gets by Swiderski. Bounces right out in front, and it's Swiderski that comes away with it. Tries to backhand to Larakos. Larakos will dump it into the corner. And Larakos, you definitely want to see him assert himself a bit more here, especially with his team trailing. D'Angelo finds the puck, and this team is tremendous in transition, the Thunder. Opponent tonight, the Black Bears. The Black Bears just know how to get it up, out, and start offensively. Speaking of offense, Morgan fires that one up and into the netting. We've got ourselves a timeout on the ice with the score, Binghamton 4 and the Thunder 1 here in the second period. It's exactly on the clock. Second period, offensive zone draw for the Delaware Thunder, trailing 4-1. They came into the period down 2-0. Noah Wild in the corner. He's going to get some support here from Adam Morgan, who threw it out, and Ivechkin intercepts. He's got speed, but great job by Morgan to back check and get to it. But he turned it over to Josh Newberg, who flicks it in.
That's a good play by Morgan. Yes, he made the bad play, but more importantly, gets back and makes a defensive play. Just kind of shows you he can play in all 3 zones here.
Here's Flego. Haven't called his name much tonight. He gets it to Morgan. Austin skates. Nosif gets it up to Ivechkin, and Ivechkin to Newberg. Newberg being joined by Parker. Parker right on in. Oh, what a great save by the goaltender Babin off the glove, and he keeps it out and keeps it in a 3-goal game.
That's a big one. That's one you circle. 2-on-1. It's a perfect saucer pass, and the puck comes right into the glove of Babin, pops out, but he makes the big save.
Noah Wild in the offensive zone. That one goes in, and this game's pretty much over. But as he's done several times this year, Trevor Babin keeping his team in the game. That shot from the point by Moritz, easily handled by the goaltender Shepard.
Liarakos right on the doorstep, but Shepard's so big he can look around him, adjust, and still make the save. And that's kind of how it's been all night and, most of the season against Shepard for the Thunder.
It's not going well when Mike starts breaking out the dance moves in the broadcast booth. That's a scary sight. We need a Thunder goal here to get that image out of my mind. D'Angelo into the corner now. Gets it back over to Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald flings it up to Stevens, another guy cherry picking, and he gets it over to Abbott, who loads up on the wrister, and it goes well wide. Over here, Timothy Payne trying to get it out. D'Angelo and Stevens were there. D'Angelo come off for a change. 2:28 on this second period clock. 4-1 Binghamton.
Well, you said it, Dave. There's a couple plays you look back to in this game that we talked about. That one save is huge by Trevor Babin, but it's the power play. Delaware about to go on the power play. They give up the goal, and here comes Binghamton again this way.
Yeah, it was the shorty by Ivechkin that's really hard to take. This one coming back. Oh, and a good shot off the stick of Aldworth, and then it bounced around on the rebound, and Babin there. Remember, Babin came into this game around 13 minutes to go in the second period. He's only given up the shorthanded breakaway by Ivechkin. Other than that, he's been great in the net.
Trevor Babin's been good in this contest for sure. He comes in, makes a few big ones. That's tough. He's down. He's still trying to take up as much of the net he can, and he kind of pops out on Aldworth there to keep it and corral it.
Always talk about cutting down those angles as a goalie. When I was a kid, they used to bring the ropes out and show you as you come out and cut it down, the space in between those ropes reduces. Here's Liam Little. Enough of the goaltender geekiness. Behind the net is Darling. Under 2 minutes on this clock now. Liam Little. He has been a spark plug throughout the season. Oh, would it be nice to see him score here. Holesi on this right side. A can of corn into the air. Bouncing around in the neutral zone. Brennan turns it over. Jurek has it. He's got Holesi with him. Oh, and he tried to feed it over, and it just went under the stick of Holesi and out to the center ice area where Merrigan will dump it in.
That was a good pass by Jurek. Joe Brennan made up for his mistake that time around and was able to get a stick on the pass across.
Alekin tried to get to it, but it's going to bounce out. Be careful. Ivechkin's out there with Newberg. Newberg right into the center of the chest protector of the goaltender Babin, who makes that one look easy. And he certainly has great positioning. We've seen that throughout the year. Side-to-side movement is strong. And Babin just hasn't gotten a ton of support defensively when he's played, thus the high goals against average.
Well, those were the ropes there. He was way out at top of the crease. Nothing to shoot at. Shot came in a little high on him. He's able to adjust and make the save.
And this puck's going to come out. Not all the way. Now it will. Adamo Asselin, he's got support from Alekin. Asselin with the feet in the center to Cangelosi, and that one was stopped. Cangelosi coming up late. Back out the other way. Ivechkin, 45 seconds on the clock. Ivechkin, he's going to be top of the circle. Drop it off here to Parker, but he lost it. Alekin flicked it up. Newberg kept it in. Oh, and falling down was Alekin. I don't think he was touched. Did they call a penalty or is it an offsides?
Offside, I believe.
Oh, I was going to say, you want to be a homer every once in a while, but Alekin didn't have anybody around him when he fell. 34 seconds on the clock happens to be my number when I played. The old John Van Beesbrook number 34. Like to be nostalgic here, Mike, from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm walking around like a grizzled veteran up here in the booth.
The 5'6" goaltender.
You're taking a few inches off, aren't you? Oh, boy. Well,
hey, I can't say. We're both the same. So 5'8" goalies, not me and you.
At least I wear a belt. As D'Angelo wins the drawback. 30 seconds remain in the period. Nosif winds, fires, and Babin, lightning quick with the glove, makes that one easy.
His glove is good, Trevor Babin. That's probably his claim to fame. And agility, right? The push-off right to left is always smooth with him. With Constantino, I think it's more the positioning with him.
Yep, absolutely. Face off to the left of Babin. 26 seconds remain. Second period, stay tuned for the Holiday Inn Express intermission report. Gavin Abbott on that side, backhands it in. They're not giving up here. Stevens to D'Angelo. D'Angelo, who netted one in the first period. Here's Abbott. Gavin Abbott, and a late addition to the roster today. At the point, Nosif tried to deflect it. Basie! Oh, and he's leading it up to Laracos! And a nice shoulder save by Shepard. Laracos had his first goal on his stick, but couldn't close the deal as the period comes to an end. And at the end of two, Binghamton leads it 4-1. 2 goals in the period for the Black Bears, both of them by Nikita Ivechkin, numbers 21 and 22 in the season. J.C. Moritz, the only goal for the Thunder, and that's where we're at. 4-1 at the end of 2. Holiday Inn Express intermission report coming your way right after this. And Dave Garza back here. Holiday Inn Express second period intermission. Black Bears on top 4-1. A pair of goals by Nikita Ivechkin in that second period, and J.C. Moritz with his first goal and first point in that second period. The Thunder giving up a shorty to Ivechkin, which extended the lead to 3-1 at the time. So this Thunder team, again, struggling, and particularly in those first two periods, unable to assert themselves a ton in the offensive zone. First period was of particular note in that category. Second period, they did get a little bit more offensive attack. Shots in that period, actually the Thunder come away with the lead 18-17. Overall, they are being outshot by the Black Bears 36-30. Goals in the game, Gino D'Angelo in that first period at the 10:26 mark, assisted by Kyle Stevens. Josh Newberg at the 13:18 mark, assisted by Brett Parker and Igor Nosov. And in the second period, Nikita Ivechkin at the 4:44 mark, assisted by Powell and Nosov. And J.C. Moritz getting help from Adam Morgan and Alex Basie with his first point since returning to the team. And the unassisted, that was the fourth goal, the unassisted shorty by Nikita Ivechkin. And that gets us to the score of 4-1. Scores from around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It is Port Huron leading 5-2 over Danbury in the second period. And Carolina and Columbus are scoreless in the second period. More games on the slate tomorrow, including Watertown taking on these Binghamton Black Bears. In Binghamton, Port Huron and Danbury as well going at it, and Carolina and Columbus. Next game for the Thunder on the road. You can join Mike Basile on DelawareThunder.com for all that action, audio only. And we will be back with our next telecast on Thursday. Make that Wednesday, December 29th at 7:30 as the Thunder return here to the Thunderdome for a post-holiday special. Take a time out here on the Holiday Inn Express. Second period intermission. Back with more after this. Binghamton on top by 3. And welcome back to the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission. Dave Garson here. Binghamton leading 4-1. A pair of goals by Nikita Ivechkin, including a shorty, and that extended their lead to 3 goals in the second period. And the key here for the Thunder in the third will be to come out and get a quick start, much like they needed to do against Watertown. They're going to need to get a quick one and then build on that to make it at least 4-3 by hopefully the halfway point of the period. Potentially doing that on the power play, that would be nice, although the power play has not been rocking on all cylinders. They're getting great goaltending here tonight from Trevor Babin as he came in at about the 13-minute mark in that second period and made several spectacular saves. We'll need him to continue to do that in the third, but the offense needs to pick it up. The Thunder still looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-10-1, and this Binghamton team at 7-7. Playing well as usual against the Thunder as they've won all 5 games against them so far this season. Third period action coming your way next here on DelawareThunder.com. Thanks for joining us on the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission. And so we are back, ready for third period action. Dave Garson, Mike Basile, little YMCA going on here at the Thunderdome. Crowd is psyched. Hopefully the team is psyched to get back in this hockey game. Trailing by 3. Joe Shepard to our left in the booth, and Trevor Babin to our right as he's been playing the second half of this hockey game. It'll be Aldworth against Brandon Lucchese. Set for the drop of the puck. We're underway, and a face-off win for the Thunder. Glad you could join us. Third period action here on DelawareThunder.com. Thunder trailing by 3. Winding up for the shot was Larakos, and that one didn't go very far. Back to the point is Basie. Basie flipping it in. Swiderski tried to get to it. Larakos will get there. He's coming out with speed. Moves right on into the slot, and a pad save by Shepard. Rebound at the point to Basie. Flicked in front, diving for it was Lucchese. Back out the other way. Holesi, it deflected off the skate of Brennan. Babin reverses course, and over there to get to the puck was Jurek. Jurek around to Brennan, and now Brennan up to Swiderski, who turned it over. Kyle Powell, drop pass to Aldworth. Aldworth behind the net now. On the backhand, threw it out in front, and it's picked off, and Swiderski comes the other way. Tried to cross the red line, lost it. Holesi and Aldworth get it. Holesi, top of the circle, drops it off to Jurek. Jurek shoots. Oh, and a nice save off the top of the pad by Babin. Holesi goes sliding into the corner, grabbing his leg now. He is hurt. Back to the point, Oganezov with the shot that goes wide, kept in by Fitzgerald. Holesi seems to be okay now. Missed that puck. Oganezov keeping it in, and some nice offensive zone pressure here for Binghamton. A minute, 30 seconds in. Third period action, 4-1. Morgan trying to fly up. Oganezov pokes it forward. Payne keeps it in. Timothy Payne lays it out in front, and a right pad save, and a nice one by the goaltender Shepard on that shot by Morgan as he directed it towards the net.
3 or 4 chances for Morgan tonight where if he lifts it, it's probably in the back of the net. What a pass by Tim Payne. The Mohawk at the top of the circle creates space. Adam Morgan snuck in backdoor, but Joe Shepard read it like a book, keeping this one at 4-1.
And speaking of the Black Bears, the scary thing is they're getting support from these other lines other than Ivechkin, and that is not good news for the opponents. Not only the Thunder, but whoever they have coming up. Tomorrow night it'll be Watertown. I mean, we haven't even seen Ivechkin out there yet in this period. Here comes Parker. He stops, and that one is directed wide. Basie now after it. So you have Aldrich that was out there for a long time, although there was a face-off there. Noah Wild got that one wide of the net, and Parker after it. Ivechkin again cherry-picking, but unable to get that pass. Intercepted by Newberg, and a little bit of a struggle there for Babin. Pushes it in, corrals it, and gets the stoppage.
Yeah, he knocked it down with the glove. Used it a bit like a blocker there. Shot from Newberg came in hot, so all you want to do is just knock it down, find it, no pressure in front. Cool, calm, relaxed, Babin in the cage.
Face off to the left of Babin. Newberg out there with Parker and Ivechkin. At the point is Merrigan and Darling for the Black Bears, who lead by 3. Face-off win for the Thunder. J.C. Moritz, the goal scorer for the Thunder, wraps it around. Alekin getting it up. And moving with a lot of speed is Dan Cangelosi all the way around, full wraparound, and a nice save right there by the goaltender Shepard as he kept the pad along the ice. Merrigan moving up, thought about passing forward, but keeps the puck, dumps it in as he crosses the red line. Oh, no! Babin almost got through the wickets there, but he's able to close the door and get the face-off.
Bouncing puck is the scariest thing for a goaltender. That's why, Dave, when I was in the net, I always try to come out and play it. You don't want to let the puck play you. That's how it ends up behind you, and then you look pretty bad.
Well, from what I heard when you were in the net, the fans said, oh, this one's over. But here's D'Angelo off the draw. Back to the point, Merrigan to Darling. Darling! Oh, that was a long wrister behind the net. Babin with the pad, clinging to the post. And flag down was Gavin Abbott. This is going to be a penalty, I believe, against Basie or maybe Cangelosi. And Abbott talking with with Basie. And that was clearly a penalty. And Gavin Abbott having some discussions with Alex Basie. Closing in on 3 minutes in to this third period. with the Thunder behind by 3 and now shorthanded as it's going to go against Basie. And he is a physical player, but you don't want to take a penalty. We talked about that, especially when behind. Aldrich back to the point to Powell. Here's Nosif. Aldrich passing over, and a shot and a score right over there on the big blast by Jurich. Winding and firing at home was Jurich, and it is now 5-1, a power play goal.
Well, that's why he's so dangerous, Tyler Jurich. That was a tough one to say. He finds some open space. It's a good feed into that open space, and Trevor Babin has absolutely no shot as he rifles one over the glove, making it a 4-goal game, 5-1. We just talked about how important that kill was, and obviously Jurich makes no mistake, pops it right home.
And to clear up the pronunciations, it was Aldworth to Jurich, not Aldrich to Jurich, as that one goes in. Some tricky ones here on this Black Bears roster. They know how to put the puck in the net. They lead 5-1. On the season, they average a little over 4 goals a game, so they're beating that on this evening. And they're in full domination of this one early on, third period. Lucchese behind the net, bounces right back to him. He didn't get enough elevation on that as it was shut down by the goaltender Shepard. Nosif flicking it up. Holesi was hanging around the blue line. He'll just dump it in. And around goes Basie, who's out of the box after that power play goal. The glaring stat for this Thunder team, as we'll hold that thought. Lucchese moving in, drops it back to Larakos along the ice, and a good pad save. Rebound from the point by Brennan, and that one did not make it to the net. And shot by Basie hits a skate. I believe it went off of fellow number 27, Powell. Now it's behind the net. Larakos still looking for that first goal as a member of the Thunder. He does have 3 assists. Parker will set up the breakout, and again, their transition game is tremendous on this team, especially when this guy's out there. Ivechkin to the puck, looking for the hat trick, threw it out in front, comes to the point, but it skitters out the center. And what I was going to say is the goal differential, minus 42 now on the season for the Thunder. You're just not going to win many hockey games, and they haven't won any, and that's a huge reason why. Puck behind the net, Colin Fitzgerald after it. Oganezov, lead pass to Parker. He's got Ivechkin leaking, and that pass is going to elude him and be an icing and a stoppage of play coming our way.
This could be a big chance for the Thunder if they could win this ozone draw. This Black Bear crew has been out there for quite some time. Win a draw, get a shot towards the net. Newberg's hunched over. Ivechkin slowly back into the play. Could be a tired bunch here.
And one thing we noticed, Mike, about Ivechkin is he is a focused hockey player. Out on the bench in between periods, visualizing the action. And this man knows what he's doing. Now leading the league in goals with 22 and points with 30.
Well, getting Jurich as well is super important for this team. That's another goal scorer added to the lineup who can help out Ivechkin. And now there's a lot of danger up and down this Black Bears lineup.
Yep, and here's another one that's dangerous. Newberg, feed to Parker. He chips it into the corner. Another icing coming our way. And we have to keep in mind Binghamton is an expansion franchise, so they've developed a nice core here. And one thing I've noticed is we've seen most of the teams in the league now, their roster has been pretty steady throughout the season, which helps.
Yeah, Binghamton's stuck with their core group of guys. They really have. Oganezov on defense, a name we've said all through the 7 games these two teams have played. Newberg, Ivechkin. They added Jurich, which is huge. D'Angelo is a good role player.
Kyle Powell, the veteran on defense. And we've got a stoppage and an offsides. Here in immediate timeout coming our way. Just under 15 minutes to play. Third period, Thunder behind 5-1. And so we are back. Face-off just outside the defensive zone here for the Thunder. They lose the draw. As we go beneath the 15-minute left in the period mark, 5-1. Merrigan fanned on that one. He will go after it and backhand it up to Stevens, right to D'Angelo, and a first period goal. D'Angelo right on in, off the post. It went off the left post after Babin got a piece of it. Since Babin has come in, he's given up 2 goals as this puck dribbles in onto the opposing goaltender, Shepard, for the faceoff. And not great body language right now from the Thunder as they are very much frustrated, and you can't blame them.
It just seems like things won't go this team's way. Last period, like you said, it felt like they had the momentum, but they still get outscored 2-1. It just seems like they can't get over that hump and create a lead for themselves.
And that one deflected in front of the net by Larakos. Shepard was down there. Larakos from the side. Tough angle. Another save for Shepard. Back at it from Lucchese. He scores! 4 goals in the last 2 games for Brendan Lucchese. He cuts it to the 3-goal game.
Well, that's what the doctor ordered, isn't it? Brandon Lucchese gets to a soft spot and gets this to a 3-goal game, and now the Thunder have a chance to tie this thing up. He's fired up. He's been the Thunder's best player these past couple nights, huh?
Goal number 6 on the year for Lucchese, and 4 in the last 2 games. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Thunder are hanging around. It's now 5-2. See what Binghamton does as far as a response. Kyle Powell now with the puck. He tries to dish it up. And losing it there was Pedersen. Larakos tried to dangle and was left down in front to Swiderski, and he couldn't follow up and back out the other way. Here comes Aldworth, and a nice glove save, and controlling it and hanging on is Babin. So all of a sudden, we were talking about the body language, a complete shift in momentum with 13:53 to go in this third period, and the Thunder behind by 3.
That's a big goal. That's a huge goal. Like you said, morale gets this team back in the game, and there is plenty of time left in this contest.
Big face-off here in the defensive zone. Newberg wins it back, but it will get by Fitzgerald out to the red line area. And the Black Bears get it right back in. Parker chips at it, gets it over to Newberg. Back to Parker. Parker in that corner, taken off by Liam Little, but it goes to Newberg, who rattles it around to the other side. Adam Morgan waits, but he pushes himself back into his own zone. Now tries to come out, and he's got speed. Moving up that left wing side. Here comes Morgan, threw it out in front, but right onto the stick of Parker. Out the other way as we go back and forth. Somewhat like that first period. Basie on this side, flicked it up. It eluded Newberg and rattles around here at center ice. Oganezov will get it up, turns it over to Brennan. Brennan will just dump it in as the Thunder go to the line change. 7 minutes in, third period action, 5-2. Each team with a goal here in this third period. And here comes Ivechkin looking for the hat trick off the top of the pad of Babin, and he keeps him from lighting the lamp for that third time in the game.
Ivechkin, the last 2 times he's been here, he's been on hat trick watch. No different this time around.
Basie will inadvertently clear that all the way to the right corner for an icing. 12:37 remains as the Thunder look to scrap and claw their way back into this one and at least get it to overtime.
Yeah, they, like you said, it's just the little things, like getting out of the D zone just hasn't been there tonight, and that's the difference in this contest. They have 34 shots on goal now. That's not the problem. They need to get it out of their zone because they've given up 40+.
Darling fires that one, and oh, that was a howitzer well over the helmet of the goaltender and back out the other way. And Asselin threw it through the crease area, came back around to Alekin, but right back out comes D'Angelo. D'Angelo pushing it forward. Babin on the backhand, now to the forehand, and he wristed around. Stevens was waiting for it at mid-circle. Now to Abbott. Gavin Abbott threw it out in front. And standing right there was Brennan, and now here's Dan Cangelosi, who's got speed. Moving in, stops below the goal line now. And taken off the puck by Darling and Abbott. Abbott comes away with it, and he leads it to Stevens. And it's going to be an icing, and it's going to be waved off. The one official had the arm up still. They wave it off at the end, and the puck trickles on to Babin. A errant glove behind the net, and that's the glove of Kyle Stevens. And a face-off here to the left of Trevor Babin.
I'm just confused as to why that's not an icing. It's to the hash marks. The race is to the hash marks.
The official at center ice had clearly the arm up most of the way, and then they waved it off. So an offensive zone draw, Aldworth on it against Lucchese. These lines have matched up throughout the night, although Jens Pettersson is out there now on this line, number 11. Timothy Payne with the flick to center. Oh, he had Swiderski, but the goaltender Shepard gets it up. Aldworth with some giddy up. Aldworth moving in, and that one deflected wide and up into the netting. 11:30.
Puck just hit a weird spot on the boards there, bounced up and out of play. Nothing crazy about that shot from Aldworth. But in his first Fed game, you kind of see what he can do. He creates space for himself. He's got a good shot, and he was able to find Jurich on that pass. So he's kind of a three-dimensional player, I should say.
He's got plenty of ice time as that shot from Powell got right on through. And patted away by the goaltender Babin. Here's Jurich, who has a goal. Jurich back to the point to Powell. D to D. Nosov. And that was blocked by Swiderski momentarily. Now thrown out in front. Comes all the way back to Nosov, top of the circle. He dishes off. Aldworth moving. Slot. Blocked. Nice block by Lucchese. Aldworth finds it. He has all kinds of time and space. And a save made by Babin. Way too much time and space there for Aldworth. He's going to get the puck right back. Thunder caught in the midst of a line change. Aldworth walked in. He's taken off the puck. It's deflected to the corner. And Adam Morgan will sail it on out. And it'll go all the way down on the goaltender. And it will be covered as Shepard throws up the blocker. And Noah Wild says, I don't want anything to do with that. And now he is circled by several Binghamton players. Pettersson in there. Josh Newberg. Brennan throwing a little shove here and there. And a gentleman in the corner is quite animated, to say the least. Looks like he's wearing his Miami Dolphins gear.
He's getting with Noseb. Noseb was having a laugh, it looked like, there, as those two. But Noah Wild just going hard to the net. Blocker and the top of the stick came up on Wild from Shepard. He might have got 2 for that, but hey, I get it. Third period. Kind of want to see it out 5-on-5 here.
And back to the fan count. Never mind. Spirited fans here in Harrington. Good crowd on hand. Mike and the team here with the Thunder do a great job getting these tickets sold. And great community hockey here in central Delaware. Oganezov getting it up to Newberg. Trying to feed Ivechkin. Moritz will get there. J.C. Moritz, a goal scorer on this evening. Fitzgerald crossing the blue line all the way to the left side, all the way behind the net now. Newberg calling for it. Fitzgerald will dump it back into the corner. Parker after it. Drops it to Newberg. Newberg below the circle, now out in front. Ivechkin getting position, wraps it around. Trying to get that hat trick. Oganezov winds and fires it wide. Comes right back out to Morgan. 10 minutes to go. Third period. Morgan trying to get in. He's taken off. Nice play by D'Angelo and Oganezov. And I believe no call has been made. They're just going to blow it dead because of the net coming off its moorings.
Well, doesn't that show how strong Adam Morgan is? 2 players try to take him down. Oganezov's the one who ends up in his own net. It's unbelievable to me. This guy's got speed, strength, and a heck of a shot. This guy could be a 30-goal scorer this year.
Absolutely. Waiting to see if they call the media timeout, and they will. 5-2 our score. Back with more right after this. And so we are back. Third period. 10 minutes remaining. An important offensive zone draw here for the Thunder. They send Swiderski, Larakos, and Lucchese out there. At the point, Joey Brennan flicks it into the corner. Larakos behind the net. Try to toss it in towards the slot area. Brennan will backhand it in. Oganezov rushing forward. Trying to get it to Ivechkin. Lucchese intercepts. And now trying to flick it out was Fitzgerald. It wraps around to the near point. And it eludes Lucchese. Ivechkin had it and then lost it. And it's dumped back in. And it will not be an icing. They wave it off. Fitzgerald on that far side, getting to Ivechkin, still looking for the hat trick. Ivechkin moving in. Wrister, and it sailed on him. Oh, and it bounced right back out behind the net. And Newberg has it. 1 against 3, and Newberg still comes away with a puck. A conglomeration of Thunder players there. And it's going to come out to Swiderski. He feeds Larakos. Larakos crosses the red line. Now the blue line. Backhands it towards Lucchese. Behind the net, Oganezov pushes him off. And the puck floating to the point. Moritz looking for goal number 2. He takes a step back and now dumps it into the left corner. Goes all the way to the right side. Swiderski back to the point. Winding Timothy Payne. And that one was seen clearly by the goaltender Shepard for the stoppage and some extracurriculars in front of the net. Oganezov! And our fan of the night in the corner is really feeling it again. And it's the same guy, Oganezov. And Lucchese looked like he may have lost a glove there for a second. He'll come back over towards the bench. And the officials trying to calm down Oganezov. And he got caught on the side of the net there for a second. He's chirping it up with Larakos. Larakos is 6'2".
Anybody going to the box from this?
And Oganezov is 6 foot. I don't know. They're going to discuss it. The officiating crew right beneath us here.
I think Oganezov's going.
Sue Lamb with a great camera work here tonight. Right in the heart of the action here. 5-2 hockey game.
I mean, if you ask me, it should be Oganezov going to the box there. He gave the extra 2 shots. I think that's where the penalty should come in.
Whoa,
Oganezov's going off the ice.
Yeah, somebody just slammed the door. And Oganezov, oh boy, throwing the stick around as he heads into the locker room to our left.
Connor over there helping out. Just
calmly places the stick.
Picks up the stick and makes it. Great kid, helps out the team here immensely. And it's going to be a 5-minute major on Oganezov.
Ooh, but a 2-minute penalty coming up against Lucchese as well. Do the math.
3 minutes of power play time for the Delaware Thunder. And, most importantly, with a goal, it will not end.
So will it be 4-on-4 to 5-on-4?
It will start 4-on-4, then go to 5-on-5
Yep.
when Lucchese gets out of the box. What's the pause here? This is what I don't understand.
Yep.
We got the penalties. They're up. Get the game going here.
Yep, it almost acts as a timeout in many ways.
Yeah, and it's going to – this is paying dividends for Binghamton, who's going to be short for 3 minutes
and
here.
Oganezov has reappeared out of the locker room, and he's going to watch the game right beside the bench. Nosov will give him some words of encouragement. Thunder will get right back out on the road and head home tonight to take on Watertown tomorrow night. And the Thunder off for a few games. Face off here to the left of Shepard. 8:39 to go. Third period. Ivechkin moving up the ice. And now we'll circle back. 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and then there should be a 3-minute power play for the Thunder. How sweet it would be to get a goal here and then get another one on the power play.
Well, Dave, I don't know if you'd ever guess this penalty on Oganezov, the majors, for headbutting.
Wow. I didn't notice that, but maybe that happened in the skirmish in the corner. Or do we owe it to the fan over there for pointing it out to us as he was headbutting the glass? Cangelosi circling back. Newberg deflected it. Joey Brennan will now get to the puck. And he tried to feed Cangelosi, couldn't do it. Merrigan tossing it up to Newberg. Newberg, cross-ice pass, gets away from Darling, onto the hands of Cangelosi. Cangelosi moving. He had a Lekin, but good defense. A lot of ice out there on this 4-on-4. Darling moving up. He's got some time and space. Threw it out towards the blue paint. Ivechkin turned it over. And Timothy Payne had it. He drops it over to Moritz. Moritz now in his own zone will calmly get it up to Timothy Payne, who leads it up to Swiderski, who turns it over, and back out comes Aldworth, getting up to Kyle Stevens. 2-on-1 developing. Here's Stevens laying it to Aldworth. Oh, a brilliant save by Trevor Babin. Maybe using the word too much, but it is very much accurate tonight. Brilliant indeed the word. A great save by Babin. Aldworth behind the net. Gets it to Stevens. Stevens rolling top of the circle. Fitzgerald over to Kyle Powell. 13 seconds and then a power play for the Thunder. Winding, firing, and going wide. That shot by Stevens. It ricocheted around in front, and the power play will start right now. And here comes Adam Morgan. Right wing side, cutting towards the front. Shoots and a save by Shepard. 2:55 of power play time, but it's going to come back out to the red line. Brennan will stop it. Get it over to Basie. Back to Brennan. It is 5-on-4 hockey here. And this is where the hockey game can turn on a dime. Luke Casey with the wrister that goes wide. Back at the point, dumped in by Basie. Swiderski in his first game, getting plenty of playing time. Brennan kept it in his feet, keeps it in again. And then it goes off the skate of Luke Casey to Kyle Powell. 6 minutes left third period. Oh, that one bounced around a bit, and hanging on to it is Babin. 2:19 remain on the man advantage here for the Thunder.
Babin was getting ready to go behind the net to knock it down, I think, and then it surprised him a little bit when it ended up on cage, and those are scary. You've seen him hit the stanchions come out in front, but that one straight on goal.
And you got to say, Mike, the power play just has not gotten organized, particularly in the games I've seen at home the last few times out for this Thunder team. And now they're at a disadvantage because they're in the defensive zone. Newberg will take it. Joseph and Darling at the point. Darling will flick it into the corner. Moritz will have to retreat and dump it up to Asselin. Asselin with Liam Little and Alekin out there on this power play on the forward side of things. 2 minutes now on the power play. There's Asselin. Asselin trying to throw it out to Alekin, and that should have been a penalty in the corner. No call made. Clearly, and that one could have been another one. And that one that time could have been on Liam Little as he ripped the stick out of Nosef's hands. Out the other way, Asselin. 1:42 on the power play. Not much doing here for the Thunder. And here comes Newberg, shorthanded. Newberg and a wrister glove down by Babin, and he will hold on. But other than that penalty that should have been called there, not a lot of activity here on the power play.
I wanted to see Babin play that puck, but Newberg did come right back in front. That would have been a 4-on-3 coming out the other way as the puck dropped right in front of him. Still plenty of time, 1:34, and if they score quickly, they'll have some more time on the power play due to the major.
And for those of you joining us a little bit late, Cosentino started this game, played about half of it. He was removed when the score was 3-0, and the Thunder responded, made it 3-1. They now trail 5-2. Really wasn't Cosentino's fault. It was more a shakeup for the team. As Swiderski moving in, 1:18 on the power play. Stops at the top of the circle, back to the point. Basie waiting, and right into the catcher's mitt of the goaltender. And they're going to call a media timeout during a power play. We'll take a break. 3-goal lead for the Black Bears. Back after this. And so we are back right into the power play. A minute 12 to go on it for the Thunder offensive zone draw. Larakos out there, wins it forward, and it's cleared right down, but not out. At the point, Basie keeping it in. Wearing 27. His return to the Thunder this season. Brennan, Larakos, threw it across. Under a minute to go on the power play, and time running out in the hockey game as well. 4:30. Cross-ice pass, bobbled by Larakos, picked up by Abbott, and cleared all the way down. Babin sets it up for Basie behind the net. They better put a move on it. We might have to keep our eye on the goaltender as well at some point. Not sure if Coach Pens will decide to make a move and pull the goalie with a 3-goal deficit.
I don't know.
The NHL, they like doing it right around this time.
It's risky to me. Too much time, doesn't make much sense. One bad bounce and the game's over just like that.
What would be nice is to get a quick one here, and then you think about it when you cut it to 2. Lucchese with a goal on the evening, 4 in his last 2. Errant pass, and Ivechkin coming out. 5-a-side hockey, Ivechkin still looking for the hat trick. That one went wide. Fitzgerald will pitch it back to Josh Newberg. And this one lays around at center ice, picked up by Swiderski. Swiderski moving in all the way around, tried to pitch it out in front. Couldn't do so. Back to Moritz. Moritz dumps it into the corner. It gets by Lucchese, and then it's cleared down. It will get onto Babin, so it will not be an icing. As we inch closer to 3 minutes remaining in the third period. Under pressure is Timothy Payne. Holesi all over him. Get it to Moritz. Moritz with the first goal of the game for the Thunder. Whoa, right up at us and deflecting the water bottle in front of Sue Lamb. And that was close. Thank God for the glass here.
Is the puck up here?
The puck is not up here.
The puck didn't make it.
Well, hey, at least we had some concerned bench players over there as that one came awful close.
Man.
I would have had it. Of course,
I felt the whole thing vibrate.
Glove hand.
I saw the water bottle.
I mean, I was
fall.
ready. Coach Pens looked up here, got a little chuckle out of it.
We gave a wave to the bench. We're all right.
And over here now is Asselin. Well, you got to laugh, even though it hasn't gone the Thunder's way here. We're having a good time up here in the booth. Asselin circles back after the puck. Under 3 minutes on this third period clock. Basie behind the net. He'll settle things down and look to break out. Cangelosi showing the wheels all the way in. Fires and a blocker/pad save by Shepard. And Holesi tried to clear. Brennan kept it in. Juric, who has a third period goal here, just dumps it in. 2 minutes now on this third period clock. As the Thunder trail by 3 still.
Keep an eye on Babin down there, like you said, but down 3, haven't had much zone time. I doubt we see him go.
Off the skates of Brennan to Kyle Stevens. And now D'Angelo moving in. Nice save by Babin. He did the splits. And now it's picked up by Basie. He feeds Liam Little. Liam Little dropped it off, but Noah Wild couldn't get it. A little bit off course there. Stevens gets it up to D'Angelo. D'Angelo moves in. That shot ricocheted into the corner. Back to the point to Abbott. 90 seconds left in this hockey game. The Black Bears looking to get back above 500. Coming in at 7-7. And the Thunder still in search of that first victory of the season. Moritz will get to the puck. Somebody wasn't happy on the Thunder bench after that. Payne tries to get it up to Morgan. Nothing doing there. Kyle Powell will get to the puck and turn it over to Larakos. Larakos moving in. Dropped it off, but nothing doing again as Newberg was right there. Under a minute to play now, third period. Newberg couldn't get it out. Kept in by Lucchese. Lucchese drops it back to Moritz. Moritz fanned on the shot. Picks it back up. He threw it towards the net, but it goes wide. And Ivechkin picks it up. He was muscled down by Lucchese to the enjoyment of the fans. Turning and firing as Larakos. 40 seconds now, third period. Babin is going to hang out still in the net. Ivechkin looking for the hat trick. Oh, he tried the dangle move inside. Oh, whoa, Babin came out and took Ivechkin down with a slash. And he's going to get penalized, and now Babin has a few words for Ivechkin. I don't know where that came from. Maybe a little bit of showboating by Ovechkin late in the game?
You know what? As a former goaltender, I don't think I'd like a guy trying to dangle past the defense up 3 goals with 29 seconds left. I get it. It's not a smart play by Babin. Don't get me wrong. But this team, down by 3 right now, show it a little bit of life, right?
Yeah. I mean, fairly innocent. He just gave him a little slash.
More of an interference,
you're right.
More of an interference.
A little bit. Take a look at the replay. You might not think that, but that's all right. But all in all, I mean, I like the feistiness of Babin right there. And it's good. I mean, that shows that garners respect from your teammates. It sends a message to Binghamton as Parker is going to leave the game here a little early.
Not sure why.
29 seconds on the clock. And the Black Bears handily in front by 3.
My assumption was just a 2-minute minor on Babin, but taking a little while to get the penalties up, and Parker's going to the box too.
At one point I thought the official was going to say, let's just run the clock out on this hockey game because he did a little twirl with his finger. But I don't know if that meant, Parker, you're out of this game. Didn't see much activity there. And as you said, they know the calls. They're both up there, Babin and Parker, and we're still waiting. But in bigger news, I almost made a glove save.
Yes, you did.
I had Sue up here in the booth the whole time.
Yep.
She knows it.
Sue was ready to go, too. I think she would have knocked it down with a kick save if she's standing on the stool.
Kick save and a beauty.
Sure
D'Angelo wins it forward. Basie has it as we tick down the final seconds of this hockey game. Noah Wild will dump it into the corner. Keep your eye out at the end of this one for some extracurriculars, or as Mike likes to call them, after-curriculars. Kyle Stevens over here to Kyle Powell. 8 seconds to go. And Powell will just turn back, and that'll do it for this hockey game. Another victory for Binghamton over the Thunder. The Thunder still looking for that first win of the season. They dropped to 0-11-1. Binghamton rides high to a record of 8-7 after the first 15 games of the season. Thunder tried to battle back, but got behind at 1.5-1 and couldn't pull back into this one as they drop it here from the Thunderdome. Final score, Binghamton 5 and the Thunder 2. Back to wrap it up on the Holiday Inn Express postgame right after this. And we're back here on the Holiday Inn Express postgame show. Final score on Star Wars night. The Thunder go down by a final of 5-2. In that third period, Jurich getting the goal for the Black Bears, and Lucchese netting one, goal number 6 on the season and 4 in the last 2 games for Brandon Lucchese. We're going to have a jersey giveaway coming up here after the game, as they'll be taking those jerseys right off their backs, and fans who had bid on them will get a chance to take a picture with the player from the jersey they won. Some chatting going on here post-game as Binghamton came in here. A little bit of a slow start for both teams, but then Binghamton established themselves, finished the first period with a nice 2-0 lead, and at one point we're up 5-1. A lot of offensive zone time, consistency, rolling the lines, and really great positioning in the offensive zone. And forechecking and back-checking were excellent tonight for Binghamton as they win again against this Delaware Thunder team. Thunder fall to 0-11-1. Binghamton goes to 8-7. few days off for the Thunder. For Binghamton, they'll travel back home to take on the Watertown Wolves tomorrow night. Our next telecast here on DelawareThunder.com will be Wednesday the 29th. So join us for that exclusively here on DelawareThunder.com. I'd like to thank Sue Lamb for all of her work, my broadcast partner Mike Basile, Dave Garson saying good night and good hockey from the Thunderdome. Once again, final score Binghamton 5 and the Delaware Thunder 2.